Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Outside the Box Live. I'm your SGW guy. I am the host with the most, and I want to thank you all, whether you join me live here tonight or if you watch the replay. Thank you. Now, today, as you could see, I am going solo. So, yes, Fred, as you all knew from last week, Fred's in Philly, and Mike and Gina are not feeling well this week, so they're not feeling good. They got some health issues. So, I hope they start to feel better, get well soon. So tonight, I know normally we go 2 hours. Will I be able to go 2 hours tonight? I don't know. We're gonna go as long as I can. And tonight I'm dubbing this the calm before the storm. Okay. So right now, first before I go any further, I know last week I had to end the show abruptly. What's up, Mike? How you doing today, buddy? Last week I had to end the show early. My sugar just went out of whack and it just threw me off. I felt like crap. Like literally all night I was shaking. It was bad. It was not good. So I apologize for cutting out early last week. Today I feel really, really good. Okay. Hi, Susan. How are you? Thank you for hanging with me tonight. Yep, I am solo tonight, so apologize in advance. No, I'm only kidding. So here's what's going on. Tuesday, I have to be at the General Hospital for a heart procedure. Now, they're going to start with a cardiac cath and see what's going on and see what they have to do to repair any damage. Because from all my tests, I have a little bit of damage somewhere. They're saying it doesn't look huge. It looks like light, but there is something wrong. So they're going to go in Tuesday morning and they're going to go through, from what they tell me, to go through my wrist, and they're going to do a cardiac cath and start from there. Now, I'm anticipating everything. Happy Saturday, Steph. Hey, I thought you guys are you down in Philly with the rest of the guys? I thought you were with them. So what was I going to say? Oh, so yeah, so I'm anticipating them going in very minor and out that day. I'm anticipating being here next week, 9 p.m. Yeah, no way. 9 p.m. for Outside the Box Live. Now, everything is going to hinge. Hiya, Pete. Everything is going to hinge on what happens Tuesday. So I want to thank Steph and the doggy. Well, Steph, thanks for hanging with me tonight. I appreciate it like I do every week. You know that. So I anticipate being here next week, but I don't know. I can't say definite yes. I can't say definite no. It's all going to hinge on what happens Tuesday. So I want to thank you for your continued, thoughts, prayers, everything. I really appreciate it. So this week, I'm going to... Thanks, Mike. I'm going to kind of take a trip back in time and kind of explain to you how how this all happened. Hi, Judy. So gonna give you basically a rundown this week of how I got to being over 300 pounds. It started, I was born back in the 70s, grew up in East End, Wilkes-Barre, middle class family, my mom, my dad, me and my two sisters. Growing up through the 80s, everything was pretty good as a kid, at that point back then. You know, my dad went out and he worked. My mom was able to stay home, be a housewife, take care of the kids, the house, that thing. That's how it was back in the day. Um, Now forget it. Yeah, no. Back in the day, your dad worked, your mom stayed home, and that's how it was. Um, Growing up, my food content, shall we say, was pretty good. I was pretty thin. Um, Growing up in high school up till graduation, till high school. Um, so what happened was I just turned. Okay, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So my dad worked 6 days a week. He felt he had to provide for his family. Now did that cut me out from a lot of things that fathers sons did? Yeah, okay, but then still I had a good childhood. Um, to make up for all of us, my dad would take us on vacations like down to South Carolina. We'd go to Gettysburg. To growing up, Hershey. We do the vacations. Um, but on Sundays, my dad would give my mom a break and cook the dinner, cook the Sunday dinner, whether it was roast beef, you name it, health, good stuff. Which I miss the stuff now. Let me tell you. Um, so and Monday through Thursday, my mom cooked, and she always cooked. Back then, meat, potatoes, vegetable. I really didn't like vegetables back then either, but I still was keeping a thin trim. Um, it's kind of started when I turned 18 and I stopped riding my bike because I got a license. I had my license and, started running, McDonald's, Burger King, Top Dog. Top Dog was the stuff back in the day, let me tell you. Um, Food was literally crap for you, but it tasted good and it was cheap. So anyway, so in in December of 1990, I just graduated high school, kind of figuring out, okay, what am I gonna do? Um, my dad had plans with do the father son thing. We wanted to start a business. He had a couple setbacks. Um, he passed away. Oh, Mark, I'll tell you. I'll go back into it in a minute. Um, but long story short, I have to go for some heart procedures. Starting off with a cardiac cath to see how bad my heart's damaged, if it's damaged at all. So my dad passed away. We buried him on literally Christmas Eve morning. Yeah. So that was when I started binging on drinking, eating. Like my love for food came from my dad. He's the one that taught me how to first. The first thing he showed me how to make was a an egg and cheese a breakfast sandwich. That's what his first thing he ever showed me how to make in the kitchen. It was a Sunday morning. He's like, "Do you want to learn how to cook?" I'm like, "Yeah, and okay." Um, so I always connected him with meat, like with food. He was a food guy. He loved going out the lobster, the steak, the whole 9 yards. So after he passed away, I just I didn't. I felt my life just came to an end, and I didn't care. I was eating, going out. I was going to friends' house because I wasn't 21 yet, but I was going to friends' houses, drinking parties, the whole 9 yards. Um, then when I hit 21, it started worse, and then years of literally eating the wrong foods. Um, how can I say it? Eating the wrong foods. Um, binge eating, like I said, you saw my videos growing back, as time went on, you saw my videos. I didn't eat one hot dog or two. I had 5. And it got to a point where, I don't know if anybody of you ever watched the 600-pound life shows, whether it was on YouTube or on Lifetime or whatever, on that whatever channel. I started watching them on YouTube. But hiya, Molly. So what happened was I got to a point where I got excited over food, eating the food, cooking it, tasting it, you name it. That's a part of why I was able to get my videos put so much energy into whatever it was. I love to try new things. I loved to, try new foods, cook new foods. Love chili dogs. Saw all my video. I love hot dogs. I love hamburgers, cheeseburgers, cheesesteaks. But then in the long run, and now let's speed things up forward. I got one. I threw a blood clot in my right leg a couple months back, it's almost maybe 5 months ago now, going on 5 months maybe. Threw a blood clot. Hurt like hell. I thought it was a Charlie horse because I was stretching my leg one day. I was working and went to stretch my legs because I worked from home. And it felt like a Charlie horse that just would not release and let go. It was a constant, almost like a constant Charlie horse. So I'm like, shit, something's wrong. Called the doctor, said, well, let's see, let's try muscle relaxers first. Maybe just something. Yeah, well, no. Going through the all the tests, the ultrasounds, found out I threw a massive blood clot. So on Eliquis, blood thinner for 6 months, see how it goes, and hopefully, because it's like $100 a whack, and that's with insurance. Hopefully, I have 1 more month to go, and I could get off. I could cut it out, but I have to go 1 more month and see what happens. So, type 2 diabetic. Now I got to watch everything, and I was still literally drinking a 2-liter bottle of Coke a day, minimum. When I wasn't working or when I started working from home, that one a day went to easy 2. I was bad. Okay. And, watching these 600-pound life videos, I'm sitting there, they're saying how much they love the food. And I'm sitting there going, something, I can relate. And I'm sure there's probably many out there that could, do the same. I love food. I still love food. Okay. Food. Now I look at it in a different way now. It's with any type of weight loss. I mean, you could I'm technically obese, quote unquote. I fit in the ranking of obese. I don't think I'm obese compared to what I could be, but they technically and medically I'm obese. Shit. All right. Okay. So as I was watching these videos, I'm thinking, could I be in that same spot? Not being 600 pounds, but in a way with drinking all the sugary crap, the bad food, the this, the that. Could my time be near? Anything's possible. Massive heart attack. My dad died of a massive heart attack because he ate the wrong stuff and got actual blockages. Okay. Hopefully with me, caught it early or caught it in the beginning so we can correct it. Susan, I had a great uncle who died near Christmas. We had a funeral on Christmas Eve. There was so many. I know. Oh, I believe it. I'm so sorry, Susan. Believe me, I know. So I actually started, I actually came to terms. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't want to die in a year. I got simple ceremonies with Northeast PA. The wedding officiant service is going good. I mean, with everything going on, I haven't been doing a lot, but I'm still going to do weddings until the day I die. I got Saturday Nights Outside the Box Live. If I died tomorrow, honestly, would the show go forward? Would Fred, Mike, or Gina carry on the show forward? I don't know. Everything I've worked for, my YouTube channel, all the videos I've done, which I still have. And for Brother Crewman, he's in Philly with Fred. I got videos up until next March. Okay. So my videos are set for the next rest of this year and until March of next year. That's how many videos I got rolling. So I decided, I'm like, you know what? I gotta do something. Something has to change. And I'm the only one that can do it. So as much as in the beginning, it really... It wasn't as bad as I tried about a year or two ago. I tried to cut soda and I started going through caffeine withdrawals. It was bad. And I'm like, nope. Forget it. Hell with that. But this time I did it a little different with the help of my two sisters, well, they're both older than me, my older sisters. One introduced me to the sugar-free Dr. Pepper. There's yeah, Mark, yep, definitely agree with you. I lost my train of thought. Okay. So my older sister got me a case of sugar-free cream ale and a 12-pack of sugar-free strawberries and cream. And I liked it. It was something I was able to switch to. Started drinking the Powerade, the zero sugar Powerades. I have not bought a bottle of regular Coca-Cola in, I'm going to say, 5 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. Now, does the temptation get there? Oh, absolutely. So now yesterday I had a bad day. Back up. My doctor put me on Manjaro, which, let me tell you, that helps. I'm not doing it for weight loss. They put on because I'm diabetic. I'm type 2. But to curb your appetite, it works. That's helped me curb my appetite. Thank you, Steph. I appreciate it. That helped me curb my appetite to where I'm eating, like, I'll have something like maybe a hard-boiled egg or a scrambled egg in the morning. Now, today I was just at the store and I bought these over in the dairy section. It's called crack an egg or egg crack, something like that, where it takes, like, you you crack an egg in it, you mix it up in a looks like a cup of like macaroni and cheese, or but it's breakfast stuff. You crack your egg, you mix it, you put it, or you put it in the microwave for like 45 seconds, stir it another 45 seconds. You got a quick hot meal, hot breakfast that will help me, because I have to be at work by 8 o'clock in the morning, blah blah blah. Okay, so I also am on the Libre 3 Abbott, or Libre 3 sensor. You don't need a transmitter. It pairs right to your phone on an app. Beautiful. Here's the thing. Aetna, which is my insurance, doesn't cover it. So I went on oh, that sounds good, Steph. I like that idea. We'll have to talk later later on. So yesterday, now I take the Manjaro shot every Thursday. That's when I started. So every Thursday. So I started my 4th week. I'm on the Libre sensor. Now it's set like the Libre. I was able to go to the manufacturer and get a online discount for the rest of the year. So the Libre is going to cost me about $100 a month, because the insurance won't cover it. The Manjaro, of course, insurance won't cover it. I was able to download a manufacturer's coupon, so I get it for the rest of the month for $75 a month for the rest of the year. Then next year I'll have to figure out something else. But in the long run, despite that's more out of my pocket than I anticipated. So I do appreciate everybody that's helping me out, who donated. Thank you. Supporting the journey. Really appreciated it. And you're addicted to what you eat, but and here's the thing. Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. Here's the thing. What helped me was the Manjaro. Seriously. Because now, to give you an example. Oh, I keep messing myself up. Yesterday, I had a hard-boiled egg for breakfast, and I had a piece of toast. And now you're talking to someone who used to make 3 eggs, potatoes, the whole, even in the morning, omelets. I don't get hungry for it anymore. I don't crave all that. I used to crave, I can't wait to eat. I don't crave that anymore. It doesn't happen. Now part of me is it's kind of depressing, because I really loved and enjoyed eating the food and tasting the food. Now, yes, I'm going to a healthier, I'm moving to a healthier, spot in my world, so to speak. I'm getting healthier. There's no, I don't feel that enjoyment anymore. Except for my cheat. I like my cheat day, my Friday night cheat nights. They're still awesome. But the other day, so yesterday, I have the Libre, and my phone keeps blaring off, throwing this alert. My sugar kept dropping under 60, 56, 57 all afternoon. So I'm drinking, and I can't really leave work. Hey, Chrissy. Hi, Chrissy Craig. Well, she is from Villa Pizzeria, which they're my buddies, and I'm not ignoring you guys. I gotta, I miss you guys, but I gotta watch myself. I gotta eat. I gotta limit myself to once a week. But I miss you guys. All you guys down at Villa Pizzeria. It's so like the other day I did 2 dirty water dog style hot dogs. Not just a little bit of mustard, a little bit of onions. I ate one, and I just like I barely like I ate one and really like getting full. I took 2 bites of the other one, and I just could not finish it. I was starting to actually feel sick to my stomach. So that's where I'm at right now. Long story short, to not bore anybody. But that's where I'm at now. So going back to Mark, he asked a question, what's really going on? So when I did my this past Tuesday, I had to do a stress test, and I got no, that was last week. I'm sorry. I did the stress test and an echocardiogram. Well, I got a call the next day, which was Wednesday, that there was a slight shadow that appeared on the stress test. Okay. So he said the echo showed a little, like, the echo was good, but the stress test was showing. So there could be some type of damage somewhere. And I said, I'm thinking to myself, that sounds possible, because there's times where I'm sitting here, like, I'll feel something like in my chest, and I'll be like, oh, Jesus God, what now? Don't tell me I'm going to have a heart attack or something. But it usually goes away within a couple seconds, like maybe a minute or two, then it's gone. So I know something's wrong. This cardiac catheterization is going to hopefully, confirm or deny something's wrong. I'm seeing a guy named Dr. Satar, who they say is one of the best in the valley. He's a really good cardiologist, really good surgeon. I'm pretty good without getting side effects. And I know the GF, she takes something, and 9 out of 10 she'll get the side effect. Me, not really. So what I'm gonna do, just as you're bringing up the sugar, I don't know if you guys will be able to catch this. Let's see. I'm gonna try. Just give me 1 second. Okay, if you can see that, my sugar right now is at 150. Okay. So, and you're talking to someone that was waking up in the 300s. So I think I'm doing pretty damn good. If I have to, pat myself on the back, toot my own horn, so to speak. So today I had to go to the store. So when I was out, I stopped down at Tammy's Kitchen in Larksville. Not Larksville. Damn it. I know I was going to say that. They moved to Luzerne, the old Chuck Steiner. Tammy's Kitchen is now in Luzerne. They have the best homemade chili I've eaten in a long time. To find out, Tammy makes her chili with turkey, not hamburger. It's really good. So I went down. I had a cup of chili. I had a sandwich. I could not finish the sandwich. I was full. I was stuffed. Shout out to Tammy's Kitchen, Tammy and all her staff. Val, you guys are awesome. So And as you guys saw the video I put up, I am down now. Last weigh-in was on, day that I weighed myself, Thursday, 290. Now, a couple weeks ago, I was holding 298. I couldn't break 298. I'm now down to 290. For all of you that were watching, that were following me with my 300-pound life journey series, I did not end that. I just had to kind of put it on the side for a while till I see what's going on with my heart. So I didn't just decide not to do it anymore. I got to see what's going on there first. And then once that's done and see where I'm at, then I'm going to talk to him about some type of regimen. I'd like, regardless, I really would like to start walking again. But I got to build myself up to that. But as of today, knock on wood, you couldn't hear that, but I just knocked on my wood desk. I feel really good. I feel really energized. I have 14 steps in my house to go from downstairs upstairs. I used to have to stop about 3/4 up, take a breather, and then finish. The last week, I could run up the steps. I've been kind of doing that as an exercise too, walking up and down my steps with Molly. And but I could not do this without, number one, support from my two sisters, my cousin from New York, my GF, from you guys. You guys are my inspiration to get healthy, to start. I'm going to start cooking, healthier meals in the kitchen. I just gotta build myself. I gotta get back there. Hopefully by next year I'll have some type of healthy cooking show going on. That's my long-term goal. But you guys, everyone who comes on here, like right now, we're showing a 15 steady, easy, watching right now live. You guys, each and every one of you that come here every Saturday night, you guys know who you are. You are my inspiration. Steph, Fred, Gina, Mike, my neighbor, even False. I talk to False every so often. I see False North, FP. Which he was live today. He was there. I don't know if anybody caught his live show earlier today. He was alive for a little bit, and I was doing stuff, but I chimed in. I chimed in, watched a little bit. I'm trying to get my house straightened up and ready before my surgery, because again, when I come back, am I going to be knocked out of commission for a day or two? Am I going to be able to, will I be on a restriction? I don't know. So I'm trying to dot all my I's, cross all my T's now before I go in. Absolutely, Mark. But you need, and anybody that has an addiction, like I had, and back in the day, I swear I thought I was a big time drinker. Now I think I classed myself as an alcoholic. My sisters feel I wasn't that bad, but I feel I was that bad, but okay. But I was able to kick it on my own years ago before I got married. Even now, like I can't even, I drink a beer, and depending what it is, it turns my stomach. Now I can have a glass of wine. Yeah, wine doesn't bother me, but beer anymore. So I really don't drink beer anymore. When me and the GF go out for dinner, I might have like a mixed drink, or I might have like a a lemon drop martini, which I really, really like. But I haven't had even one of those in ages. But the bottom line, whether you're addicted to drugs, alcohol, food, soda was my worst, man. That was bad. Like I said, I was down, and the day I didn't like one day I'd have like two liter bottles of Coke, maybe one regular original flavor, one cherry, to spice it up a little bit. The next day I'd have lemonade iced tea from Turkey Hill. So I was just one day after another, I was just killing myself, and I'm not proud of it, but I want to tell everyone my story, because if I could at least help one person that's going through what I'm going through, just one, I feel I did some good. But let me tell you, now some people have to go to AA. And hey, AA wasn't for me. But that's just me. I was able to kick the soda, kick the Coke, change to sugar-free. Now diets like Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, now that sucks. That's terrible. But the sugar-free is not bad. It's like the sugar-free Dr. Pepper. I even tried the Diet Iced Tea from Turkey Hill. And the Diet Iced Tea, I was okay with. It wasn't it something I can drink. So I know I could still enjoy iced tea, but not have all the sugar shit in it. If anybody has any questions, because I'm starting to run out of things to say here. If anybody has any questions, please do. I'm just taking, today is just letting everybody know what's going on, because I really didn't have a topic for tonight. I didn't know who was or who wasn't going to be here. So I figured today would be a good day, considering I am going into the hospital Tuesday morning. If anybody want to stop by and say hi, I'm going to be at the General, who's local. And again, if you're watching this now, like I said, I got 16 strong throughout the platforms. And you guys that catch some people, like Matt, usually you'll catch the repeat, later on. Fred will watch it. Usually he'll watch it later on. And all you guys that can't watch it now but will eventually watch this, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I can't express or say the right words to express how much y'all mean to me. Yee, hi, hello from Orlando, or hello to people in Orlando. Shout out to Orlando. I have relatives that live in Florida, but I just forget where. I forget where. Not in the known, not in like a known city, but still in Florida. But yeah, hello to you, Yee, and everyone who might be watching me down in Orlando, Florida, baby. Steph, thank you. I've had opportunities to meet some of you. I met Susan. In the past, I've met Steph. I've met, before Fred became a I met Fred. Well, Fred was actually, like you all know, he was the first gift card winner that we gave away back a couple of years ago, me and FP. But yeah, I look forward to still meet you guys down the road, wherever we end up. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, That's pretty much how I got to be 300 pounds, and now I'm working. Thank you, Jude. Once I get the okay from the doctor and see what he says. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. I'm pretty chin up. Yeah, I'm pretty right now. Worst case scenario, or well, the least case scenario, they may have to put a stent, and from what they tell me, that's routine. That's it's not considered major surgery. It's routine. It's minor. So right now I'm going by worst. If anything, maybe a stent, and I'm okay with that because I'd rather have a stent put in now and have that checked once a year, and live for another 30. My dad died at he was 51. He did not make it to 52. I thought he was 52, but I found out as time went I was wrong. He was like 51. I don't want to die, and well, I'm 53, so I passed. I'll be 54 in June. So I past my dad's time off. I passed his lifespan. I don't want to die anytime soon. I mean, do I like the paranormal and trying to go ghost hunting? Absolutely, but I don't want to be on that side yet. I want to stay on this side. How you doing, Bill? Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. And yes, it's me. I'm solo in it and trying to keep the ball rolling, keep it going. But maybe if I'm repeating myself, sorry. But the one thing that you have to have, whether you need, like an AA meeting or support, you have to have willpower. If you don't have willpower to do it, you have to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, you're not going to. Doesn't matter how many people support you. Doesn't matter how much, tools you may have to do it. If you don't want to do it, you're not gonna do it. That's why when I hear people, talking about, they can't stop drinking. Yeah, they can. They might need help, but the first thing they have to do is want to stop drinking or doing drugs, or they want to get help. Luckily with me, I was able to start this on my own, with the support of my family, my friends. That's and I'm trying to turn it around. And like I said, before I started, changing my diet. Well, I don't want to call it a diet because that's too no. I am making changes to my eating habits. I'm changing the food I eat. So I don't want to call it an actual quote unquote a diet, because that just sounds I don't like that how that sounds. But I'm going down the path of changing my eating habits. And that's including drinking more. Now I am still drinking regular water, but I'm adding the sugar-free. Oh, damn it! It's out in the car. My sister picked me up a new Sunkist flavors like strawberry. I want to try, and I'll do a video. I'll do a video later on, probably tonight or tomorrow. But because I just don't feel like running back out to the car, and no. So I'm looking forward to try that. I have been, as some of you guys have seen, because I've been putting it up. When I'm at Garrity's, I'll make one of their, I'll go to their salad bar and make one of their salads. I've been making it so I can enjoy it. Like I'm doing some hard-boiled eggs, some lettuce, tomatoes, onions. Yeah, I throw some ham in there. But, that's pretty much tomatoes. But that's pretty much, other than the exception of the lettuce and the tomato and the onions, I'm putting egg and ham. And then, the dressing. But I'm making it so it's I'm enjoying the taste. Now, can I do a salad every day? Absolutely not yet. Now, maybe down the road, who knows? But as of honestly, right now, if I do a salad twice a week, that's actually a lot for me because I never did salads. Salads are not fun. There's no joy in a salad. But the fact now that I am down to 290, I'm kind of getting that. Um, Judy, the Dr. Pepper, my nephew got started drinking them, and that's how she tried them. Then she told me about them. My nephew works at Walmart, so somehow through Walmart he got it. Maybe it was something Walmart sells. Um, the sugar powders. I'm guessing anywhere you can find. I guess I honestly I don't know. I think when I got those two big bags from, again, I a wonderful follower, possibly subscriber. It was from Market 32, so I know Price Chopper. Well, the old now Market 32, Price Chopper. They they were selling them. That's where these originally came from that I know. So I'd say try Price Chopper first. Um, my sister told me she found the strawberry one at um, it was either she went to the dollar store. So was it Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, or Dollar General? One of the dollar places she found this at, and I've been looking forward to try it, and I haven't. I just keep forgetting because I have Propel water I'm drinking. I have some of the flavors left, like the root beer and the other stuff. I still got to open up the 7 Up. I haven't tried the 7 Up yet. Um. So yeah, that's different sodas. They Weiss. I'll have to have my sister goes to a Weiss right near her house. Where I'm at, it's not close. There's no close Weiss markets. I mean, over on River Street, but if I could just go to Gary, I ain't going to River Street. Just that's just my mentally thinking. Um, I cut out fast food. Maybe, like I said, I'll limit one day where I have the cheat day, and usually that's pizza. But one time I went to Burger King. At least with Burger King, it's their burgers are a little better for you because it's flame broiled, not deep, not fried, not grease fried. It's flame broiled. So my cardio doctor, and my cousin who's a retired nurse said, if you're gonna do fast food, do Burger King because it's flame broiled. It's healthier than McDonald's and Wendy's. But let me tell you, Wendy's has good taste in burgers too. Um, I've also noticed, like I said, I'm feeling better. I'm walking up the steps in one shot. I feel I have more energy. Uh, um, I just blanked out. Yeah, I feel really good now. Hopefully Tuesday, I don't end up dying on the table. Um, I say that to the gym. She's like, "Shut up, stop it. You're not gonna die," and probably not. But it's something that always goes through my head, especially when it's has to do with the heart. Um, and I'm probably gonna be fine. I'm just, as time gets closer, stuff runs through my head, and I'm like, what if this happens? What if that happens? And figures, be my luck. 'Cause I'm getting down to 290. I want to try and get down. I think my weight goal, I think, to be good, and I didn't check with the doctor yet, but in reality, I think 250. I'd like to get down to 250, 250, 260. Um, I don't know if I'll be able to physically get myself below that, but at least 250, 260, I want to try and be at. Said I live in track pants, love track pants. I went from a 5X to a 4X, so I'm down a size in my track pants. I'm actually my dress pants that when I officiate, I noticed I have to put another notch in the belt because they're getting a little bit big on me, which I'm like thinking to myself, yay, because I go to what was called Casual Male to buy a pair of pants, $60 easy for one. Underwear drawers, it's like 40 for like a 3-pack. My only thing I'm concerned about, if something more extensive happens and I'm knocked out of commission for a week or two, I don't have any PTO time left because I've been burning it for doctor's appointments. I don't have any saved up. I'm going to use actually my last 8 hours for Tuesday. So that's really the thing is like, how am I going to afford to pay for everything? That's my worry if I get stuck in the hospital. Otherwise I've been, the job's going awesome. I love what I do now. I make decent amount of money. It's not going to get rich. Speaking of rich, the Powerball's tonight, it's like 1 point something billion, and I'd be happy with $1 million. I'd be happy with 500,000. Tell you the God's honest truth. But that would be nice to win. So even though I know I'm not going to win the Powerball, I bought a $4 ticket. So at least to say, hey, I tried. But just think though, like from what they said, the cash out, it's like 500 and some $1 million. Like, what the hell would you do with 500? I know what I do with 500 and some $1 million. Somebody asked me though if you ever win. Oh, didn't know that. So used to always going to Garrity's. I'm like, oh shit. Excuse me. But imagine winning 500 some $1 million. And me and I was talking with my sisters the other, they're like, if you ever won, that, like, what would you do with that money? Like, what would you do? And I'm thinking to myself, that's a good question. If you had all that money, what would I do? Because I'm a low key person. I'd stay right where I'm at in here in good old West Pittston. Because I like my landlord. I don't need a big fancy house. Might buy another 77 Camaro like I had back in the day. No, that could happen. But I don't need fancy. I like my Forte. It's good on gas. It's I definitely help my family out. Definitely. My one niece, my oldest niece, has autism. So I put something in a fund for her so she's set. I'd make a donation to an autism awareness campaign. And I just live life, keep coming on Saturday nights, still do the shows. I wouldn't really change a lot. Just pay off my bills. What would you guys do with 500 million? Oh, Judy. Oh, wait, no, that was Joe. Joe and Judy, they're both here. Judy, they helped me out. They got this really big bag of dog food, and Molly loved it, and actually Molly kicked it. It's gone. I would help out yeah, I mean, I would help I would help my, my friends, my close friends. I'd help out. I do, and I do some. I'd share the wealth. I'd pay it forward, definitely. Um, Maybe, I'd buy myself a brand new, like build a supercomputer or some shit for my videos or something. Hi Max, thanks for hanging with me tonight. I appreciate it. Do I watch WWE? Yes. I still do. I've been watching WWF back since the 80s, but yeah, no, WWE. Um it's Yeah, I definitely do something for the animals because I love dogs. Um Max, now I went from Xfinity to Astound. I don't have I only have the basic cable, so I don't have USA. I don't have, but I'll catch like SmackDown on YouTube. Last night, or no, whenever SmackDown was, with Thursday, Friday, I forget. But I was happy to see AJ Lee come back and just like slap Becky Lynch. That was awesome. I'm sitting there going, yeah, I know it's all fake and it's, but I'm saying like, yeah, you go, and um, but yeah, we, and the odds. I mean, the odds of getting struck by lightning are better than winning the Powerball. But it's nice to to dream and to think about it. Oh, the Road Warriors, of course. Papa Shango. That was actually Oh, I forget who he really was. Oh, he was a couple different. Um. Gotta look into that. The stream box. Um. But yeah, if anybody wants to talk wrestling, yeah, come on, let's. I think I've bored you all with my past, with my life. We can move forward if you want to. Um, but it's I'm looking. We're almost into the hour, and we're still at an 18 solid. Wait, I'm sorry, 13 solid. Thank you very much. And the Godfather. I loved him as the Godfather. I mean, that was like classic. Um, Hi John, how you doing? John's in the house. We got Max in the house. Steffi's still with us. Mark, Susan, hope you're still with us. Um, so yeah, me and Fred were kind of throwing this idea back and forth a couple weeks ago, where maybe like Saturday, like on Saturday, do like we'll have like a special edition. We'll do like we'll do a show from like somewhere remote, which I really would love to do that too. Oh, I am thinking positive, Pete. I'm right now. I'm in a very positive mindset. I'm in a good mindset. Um, like I said, I feel great. Um, no, it's I mean, everything's gonna be okay. But you just things can happen. That's all. It's what I'm just basically saying. Things can happen, but I'm thinking positive. I'm looking positive. I want this show to continue. I want like the 13th next week. I'm doing a wedding out at Kalahari Resorts, which I haven't been out there in years. So I'm looking forward to going back out there next Saturday to do a wedding. Um, yeah, so I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. Uh, it's let me see. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to check my Instagram. People. thank you. And I'm sorry I got sidetracked. And thank you to everybody who is hanging with me on Instagram. I appreciate it. All you guys, gals, whether you're Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I can't say this enough, but I appreciate and love each and every one of you guys, gals. You guys make my night awesome coming here to do the show. Yeah, the show had things change here and there, and yeah, some people liked the change, some people didn't, some people came back, which I'm glad. And unfortunately, things happen. Things do change. Not that we ever want things to change, but it happens. But glad to, I'm glad for the start of this show back going on, almost 2 years ago. When me and FP did our first live show, we had a caller from New Jersey. We've been going, just about with the exception of here and there, maybe, I had to cancel here, but every Saturday I continue to be here for you all outside the box live. No. Thank you, Pete. That's appreciate those words. Yeah, it does. Life happens. Yeah, what could you say? Sometimes you don't want things to change, but yeah, exactly. People move on, they do their own thing. It's what could you say? What could you do? But even when I had people officiating with me, they decided they were doing it for a while. They wanted to, not do it anymore or move on. And hey, whether it was through, working with me as officiant or being on the show here, everybody has touched my life in a different way and helped me become a better person. Whether they realize it or think it or not, they have. Sorry, I had to itch my nose. But and thank you for everyone that's clicking the QR code tonight. Again, I don't, I really appreciate it. Sometimes I get a little overwhelmed. Max, believe me. Like I said, I want to, but some tells me it's not going to happen, at least this year. But it could. I want to get back into paranormal hunting. It's just, when do I do it? That's when do I find time to do it? Because Friday nights I usually do a pizza review, or Friday night review. Saturday we have the show. Susan, when my kids were small, we used to have salad and almost every meal, just so everybody would be full. Cucumber, sweet onion, cheddar cheese. Yeah, I'm starting to, like I said, as still right now, I don't find any joy in a salad. But I'm trying. I'm seriously trying. If you went to New York, what kind of food would you review, or what places would you go and eat at? Good question. I've been watching some. There's a guy followed Chris New York. It's called Chris's NYC hot dog carts review or something to that effect. But he works in downtown New York, in Manhattan. I think Manhattan or New York City, and he it's like he hits the hot dog carts. But there's, I definitely, if I go to New York, if I ever went to New York City, I'd have to hit up some bread hot dog carts, or I just would have to do it. But there's I can't remember the name, but again, and with me having Astound, I only have the basic package, so I don't have the food channel anymore because I didn't buy that package. There's a Yeah, yep, Dirty Water Dog and Baby. Um, on the Food Network, I've seen her on different spots. She was in Tournament of Champions, which I love to watch. She's been on Guys Grocery Games. Chef Tiffany Faison. She has a. She's from the East. Is it Tiffany? Tiffany? Yeah, I think it's Chef Tiffany. She has a restaurant in New York. I would love to go to that restaurant. I forget the name of it. I'll have to do it. I'll go online later and see. Um, the Jet Tila, he's good too. I like Jet Tila. Get a super box or a steam box you can watch. I have to get a super box or a steam. Where? Oh, a stream box. Sorry, it looked like steam stream box. Which like what? Where would you get a stream box? I guess. Oh no, Pete, that's Chris. I believe that's Chris. Chris is New York City. He walks around New York and he goes to mostly. Well, usually I've seen him hit a hot dog. Do I watch UA Eats? No, I'm not familiar with that. Again, my cable is basically down to minimal. UA Eats. I'll have to. Is that a YouTube channel or is that like a show? Max, what is UA Eats? Um, it's wow, I'm it's so I gotta itch my nose. Um, I don't know if it's just coincidental. I'm yeah, definitely. I'm from what you're telling me, it does sound it. Um, from what I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's coincidental or what, but just kind of bounce between my YouTube channel and my Instagram on my other monitor. I'm seeing more people. I'm seeing more people on our Instagram and from tonight than I have in a while. Is it coincidental timing? Is it because of the weather? I don't know. But okay. I'll have to check that out, Max. I'll do that after the show. Um, sorry, I think my Wi-Fi's out. I don't know if it's doing something. I have no idea why. All right, am I okay? Damn it. Sorry. All right, I don't. Sorry about that, guys. If there's a little bit of distortion there, that's why I don't. I mean, I'm on Astounds. I'm on like 1.5 gig speed, so I don't know why this is happening. Um, but I'm not hardwired. I'm Wi-Fi in it. That could be it. But yeah, as I was saying, my Instagram, I'm seeing more people tonight than ever, and well, in a long, long time. Let me tell you. So to my Instagram following, thank you. To my YouTube people, thank you. Facebook, thank you. Um, I don't because I never went to go how to. I never took the time to see how to monetize it, how to monetize my channel. I believe now I'm. Oh, because at one point I needed subs, and I think I'm at. I hit the sub level, and I believe I have the view level. Um, I don't believe it's really that hard. I just never really think about it because I don't. That's something maybe we're thinking too. Because I don't do my videos to make money. I do them because I enjoy making videos. I enjoy doing weddings. I love. Hopefully, I still love food. Now this weekend, I put up 3 videos. One I just did yesterday. I was at Antonio's Pizza in West Pittston. And like I said, I've been getting my pizzas. Like I said, I love the meat lovers and bacon and ham, but I've been getting vegetarian style. And I'm starting to like, I don't, because I just don't think about it, I guess. But yeah, I should really think about it. But I know when you monetize, you have to follow more. It's like I have to go over and like read, like, because there's things you can't do. And but I know the frauders, they don't care, but I'm not a frauder. But so like I said, I'm starting to, enjoy like the broccoli and the peppers. Yeah. Well, I can tell you how I got it. But give me 1 second. I'll talk about that in a minute. So I'm starting to like, eat pizza with, the peppers, sweet peppers, onions, broccoli, mushrooms. But one thing I still cannot stomach is olives, whether they're green or black. I hate olives. And usually I'll read over the menu, places be like, okay, give me the veggie, but I don't want this or that. Well, I didn't. When I went to Antonio's, they were busy, and it was around 7:00, and they were still busy. And I just say, give me a veggie pizza, not thinking. And what did they cover this pie with? Black olives. So whoever's watched the video, I tried to pick them out, but still the taste was still all. And I was like, So I basically and nothing to Antonio's, because that was my mistake. I screwed up. Not Antonio's. Shout out to Antonio's. It's I forgot to say no olives. So I kind of ruined my Friday night cheat night, pizza night. Now my neighbor loved it. She loves all that stuff. And I like everything but the olives. I just can't do olives. Okay, so how I got into it back in 2015, I knew another minister who needed assistance doing weddings. He had some health issues, and it was just really hard for him to do it on his own anymore. So he asked me if I would want to become ordained. And I'm looking at him like, yeah, I'm not a minister. I can't, like I'm laughing at him. Like, come on, But he's like, think about it. So I went through the process with him, and I got ordained with him through his church. And once you're ordained for life. Now, it cost me to get for the program, it was like $45, I think. Or it was under $50. But I'm going back in 2000. I'm going back to 2015. So then, no shade on Antonio, is that kind of like so in December, and it was like late November, early December 2015. I'm talking to, we're sitting there, we're having a conversation. He's like, due to health reasons, he was retiring. Okay. So now, again, that was going back to 2015. Now we're in 2025. So that could be all different. I don't know. So I'm like, I'm thinking, okay, so, it's going to be January 2016. Do I want to continue this? I like doing it, but I don't know how to build a website. I can't afford to pay someone to build a website. I could go on Facebook and create a Facebook page, which I've done, and I've been rolling since day one. But I'm like, I don't know how to code a website. So I went on Google, building websites for dummies. That's what I searched. And up pops this Wix.com. Click on it, looking at it. It gives you templates to use and to just create, just you take them and you change them, you do. And for the longest time, so I started using Wix.com. Now, for the longest time, I used the free side, which you don't have to pay to take the ads off. You can use the free side for life, but you're going to get the ads. I wanted the ads out, and I wanted to buy my own URL. When you use the free side, you use what they give you. But in the beginning, hey, it worked. So what I did was I created a little website, something that people that are not on Facebook could check out. I went on Google and did two Google list. I did a Google listing for Simple Ceremonies of Northeast PA. I literally joined in Maximum or whatever you're in. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in like Northeast Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area. So I went on Facebook and joined every local classified ad group, wedding supplier, wedding group I could find. Back then, Craigslist was a big thing because you could actually post free ads on Craigslist when they had their classified section, their event section. It was an event section. You could post now you can still do it, but they want to charge you. Yeah, no, I'm not paying for it. Yeah, no. So I just started plugging on Craigslist every like 30 days because I think their ad would last for 30 days. So every 30 days I would plug a new ad for weddings. I would go on Facebook and every group, everything I could do, I pounded, for the best affordable, wedding officiant service. Like I was nobody, but I was acting like I was bigger than life. I was like, I'm like for the most affordable, most best, blah, blah, blah. And eventually, it was, I think, March of 2016, I got my first booking to do a home wedding in Nanticoke. And if you go on my Facebook page, Simple Ceremonies of Northeast PA, and go to my playlist, you could go back to that first wedding I did. And I'm, when I was telling my family, I'm like, hey, I want to do, and they're looking at me like, but I'm really glad I took a risk, and I'm glad I took that risk because I have been in so many different areas doing weddings. I've met so many different people. I enjoy it. I have good ratings, reviews. Now, I'm sure there's one or two or three people I've, maybe didn't like what I did, but, compared to 30 some, I think one or two isn't going to, kill anything. So, but I enjoy doing it. And now I'm at a point where I don't have to post ads every month. I have people calling me. They'll search wedding officiant and I'm, depending on where they're searching from, I'm usually in the top 3. Thanks to Wix, their SEOs, they work with Google. My website is usually within the top 3 of, depending on where you're searching from, if not the first. And I enjoy, and I'm technically an ordained minister of non-denomination, but I want people to know that I welcome every couple. I don't discriminate. That's why I go by wedding officiant. But technically, I am an ordained minister of non-denomination with all the rights and privileges to, like, I could perform weddings, which I do. I could do, I could legally do funeral. I can give last rites, but that's something I don't venture in. That's, I mean, I could do, I could do funeral services by the gravesite if I wanted to, but I'm happy with weddings. I'm content with just doing weddings. Now there was one in the past years ago where a family asked me to say a prayer for, they lost their beloved pet, and I did it, and it was sad because I'm, like I said, I'm a dog lover. I have Molly. When I lost Goldilocks, I was a wreck. And if anybody like knows me personally, knew I was a wreck. Like I'd go over, because it was just me and Goldie after my divorce, and I moved over here to West Pittston. It was just me and Goldie, and when she died, I was lost. Because it was just me now. Like, even though it's technically me, but I had a dog. Like, I'd go over to my sister's house. She'd like, come over for dinner. So I'd, okay, yeah, whatever. I'd be sitting there and just burst into tears. Like, that's how bad I took Goldie's death. And it took me a good year. Well, it took me 6 months. Oh, you're welcome, Max. I mean, now you could, there's like Universal Life Church. You can go online and do it. I just did it a little bit different than other officiants. And if it wasn't for that minister, I would have never even thought of it. So I'm glad for him to get me in the direction, basically. Now I'm watching the QR code number go up, and let me tell you, if I wasn't live right now with you guys, I'd probably be crying, just because of the how much of support and how many people are clicking the show tonight. It means a great deal. I don't know what to say, honestly. Let me tell you, everything is going to go back to help me. Like I said, whether if I have to take time off, and I said I don't have PTO, whether it's, if I have to use it to buy groceries for a week, something, it will definitely be used in a positive way. I'm just overwhelmed, and I just can't believe it. But one more thing, Max, that I forgot to mention about being an officiant. A lot of people, I don't want to say a lot, but there are some people out there that think it's a quick money maker. If you think that, it's not going to happen. Don't do it. This is something, because you have to build your credibility, which I believe since 2016 I have, just by looking at my Facebook page. It takes time for you to build your reputation, to build your, your credibility. It's not, a lot of people think, oh, they're going to be, and then start, getting all these weddings. Now, maybe in some, depending on what area you're in, that might just happen. But for the most part, in reality, no. You have to, because people are, I'm happy, and I'm very glad, that first couple took their chance with me, because that was my first wedding on my own. And the guy goes to me, goes, do you mind if we want to stream this? Now again, we're going back in 2016. They want to stream this because Well, he was born and raised here. He was Jewish. He was from the Jewish faith, and she was Asian from her family from another, from an Asian country. So they're like, do you mind because we want to stream so her family back home can see it? Oh, not at all. So I'm like thinking, well, if that's the case, can I video record it for mine, to help me build mine? They're like, yeah, no problem. So that's how, if anybody want to know why I started videotaping weddings, that's how that all started, and taking pictures. And also, I've done weddings where it was just an elopement where the couple had nobody there, and they were happy to get some pictures. So it's I've had a lady literally call me 2 days before wedding and say, can you help me? My officiant just basically canceled the last minute. Can you please help me? And I went in and saved the day. We went in as a simple center. We went in and we saved the day. It's I also, there's throughout the years, there was a couple who basically I wasn't going to be their officiant. They had set up, the groom was an over-the-road truck driver, and they missed a pre-Cana class. So the officiant, or that minister, priest, because they missed one class, he wouldn't do it. So basically left them high and dry. I was able to come in, help them, save the day, gave his bride and him a beautiful wedding. So it's just, again, I don't do it just for money. Now, if I told you, I don't use it to pay a bill, I'd be lying. But it's not money. Me doing weddings is not money driven. I'm not looking to break anybody's wallet or bank account. I'll give someone a nice wedding for what I feel is a decent price. My prices are on my website. But yeah, that's how the officiant thing came. Now, the food thing came. That was interesting too. It was 2017. Was it 17? Yeah, I think it was 17. It was like around November, December. It wasn't Christmas yet, but it was pretty close. And it was a Saturday night. And I wanted, I was looking for Burger King. So I jumped in the car, went over to the Pittston Burger King, the one that's on Main Street. And I just grabbed my cell phone. Hey, check this video out from Burger King. We're reviewing the Whopper with cheese, and it was like maybe a 3-minute video, which was pretty bad, but that was technically my first unofficial review. And I put up on my Facebook, my profile. I didn't have the SGW page. I just had my profile. I put up, and I'm getting from my friends on my Facebook, hey, good job, great. And I'm like, really? It's Burger King. And at that point, I never realized people like to watch video on food. I never knew that. And I'm like, racking. Everybody's like, oh, great job. Hey, can you go to Subway? Can you go to KFC? Well, then Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. Sure, and again, getting likes and hey, good job. And so that's when I decided I'm going to make a page and see how that goes. Well, and I'm like, well, let's put it on YouTube. And 720 subs later, over like 1,000 followers on the food review, at over 1,000 on the weddings, the groups. Altogether, I have probably at least at any given time 3,000 people that see my content. And from going from this to like, I couldn't believe it. And then as I started growing, the YouTube channel, all you great sub followers and fans and peeps, my YouTube peeps, and I'm seeing the comments on whether it's the hot dog videos or the anything. Again, I get overwhelmed just over the response. Everybody says, thank you. I mean, I truly am thankful for, again, each and every one of you that like, follow, subscribe, comment, come here Saturday nights, a whole 9 yards. What's been your favorite restaurant? Which place had the best food? Oh, crap. Let me think. The one, I don't know if I have an actual favorite, but I have one that was the most interesting. It's called Cava Corner. It's for those of that are in the area. It's on Carverton Road, and I think they're still open. Well, through my Facebook page, my food page, the owner from Cava Corner messaged me and says, "Hey, I've been following you. Can you come out to my place and do a review?" Absolutely. So how about we'll come out next Friday, blah, 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 or whatever day it was. So I go out, introduce myself. Now, even when people ask me to come out and do, I never assume I'm going to get it free. I always expect to pay for it. I always, I don't, I'm not, like I said. So he goes, I will, and he explains to me what Cava was. And if you search my playlist, search Cava Corner, and you could actually see see that video. Give me a minute. Okay. I don't know why it keeps freezing. I have no idea. It's just driving me nuts. If you go on my YouTube channel, search Cava Corner, my first video I did. He introduces himself. He explains what Cava is, and again, go back. I can't remember. It's been so, but it's like a tea, like a tea extract, and there's a ritual when they do a toast day and they say this whatever phrase they say, I forget. They chug this Cava. So he goes, what's your favorite food? And he goes, I'm like, well, what do you recommend? He goes, well, they say we have good cheesesteaks. All right, I'll try your cheesesteak. Now he just didn't use he used actual real like shaved steak, which was really good. But he goes, well, I'm gonna let you try the sampler. Okay. So first he's like, I'm gonna bring them out in one at a time for you. Okay. Literally, egg rolls, wings, let's say you have to little dough thing, like you have to watch the video. But he brought out all these things to sample and try. Like I literally forgot I had a cheesesteak coming. So by the time I got my cheesesteak, I was stuffed. But it turned out to be a very interesting, good review. And was that one of my favorites? Yeah, I guess you can call it one of my favorites. Theo's Metro is good. I did a video there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I did a video with Theo's Metro where they lit the cheese on fire. I was like, yeah, fire. Okay, so which place had the best value for food? Best value, said Pete, I believe they're still there. Don't hold me to it because it's been a long time. I know the building's still there and it's still open, but what it is now, if it's still, I don't know. But I do want to go back and check, actually. I want to do a follow-up. A best value for food. And now that, I can't sum that up with just one place. Because if you followed my breakfast videos, you can get a good value breakfast from Dee's Diner, Tammy's Kitchen. Everything's right now, as for what the economy is and what prices are, you're getting you can get a good deal. And if you scroll the menu, you can get eggs and toast for like $4. You know what I mean? So it's how you work your menu. But I'd recommend a place like Tammy's Kitchen, Dee's Diner, the Scratch Kitchen over on River Road. But again, whether the good value, that's what you end up getting, buying, adding everything together. That tailors the whole thing. Kava Corner Pete used to have a food challenge. It was a hot wing challenge. Now again, it'd be interesting to see if anybody goes there to find out. Oh, Marie's in Dunmore. Been there a couple times. Actually, I have one of their videos coming up in the future. I did their potato pancake breakfast. This was before I started watching everything, when I still enjoyed food. The cracked egg, colonial pancake. I always just refer to it as a colonial pancake house because that's what it always was. But yeah, the cracked egg is good. Wow, I'm just looking at my stats here, my numbers, and I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm just, like I said, I am so gratefully touched. And again, I'm not trying to jinx myself. I'm not trying to jinx myself. I'm not trying to cause any, but if something, God forbid, something does happen to me Tuesday, and this is our last time together, which I don't expect it to be, but I'm just saying, know that you guys are always in my heart, all of you guys. Again, not that I intend on anything bad happening. I'm just saying that's how much this show means to me. That's how much, all the subscribers that follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, the whole 9 yards. Just know that in case something ever does happen, know that I couldn't do this show without you guys. And again, I also glad to have Fred, Gina, and Mike with me. And back in the day with FP, Skeeter, they all went off, and Skeeter and FP went. They do their own thing, and that's great. The glider. I got to get back to the Glider Diner. Glider Diner's that the first time I went to the Glider Diner, I wasn't doing reviews, but I wish I was, but I wasn't doing that. That was years ago. They had the most kick-ass meatloaf dinner, because I went on a Sunday, and this was way before they had I think they had a fire. No, that was it's another place, not the Glider Diner, wrong place. Before COVID, before the food reviews. The Glider Diner had the most delicious homemade meatloaf I've ever ate at that point. Yeah. Oh, you went to Terry's. I thought went to Terry's. I've been to Terry's a couple times. Terry's has a good breakfast. What else did I can't. I have to go back and look at my videos. I forget what I got at Terry's, but I remember going twice. Even Ollie's down in Kingston, Ollie's does a good meatloaf. Dee's does a good meatloaf. Dee's seasons it a little bit different, so depending on the season, you may or may not like it. It was a unique kind of different type of taste, but I still liked it. When I say traditional meatloaf, I'm like the way my mom used to make it back in the day, Ollie's, I don't know if Tammy's have meatloaf. I can't remember if Tammy's had meatloaf. That'd be interesting to find out. I forget. But yeah. What else? I honestly I didn't know, because being solo, you have to try and think like, what are you going to talk about? And I'm glad tonight we're having a good run. Chat and Chew and Blakesley. I'll have to definitely put that on the list. Said once after. Said I want to get through. Everything's hinging on Tuesday. Like I said, I don't expect anything bad to happen. I might be knocked down for a little bit. Oh, that's right. Tammy does have meatloaf, because I heard her talking about it today. What the heck? Yeah, she was telling somebody, like, because there was a lady that was sitting next to me saying, she can't have onions. And Tammy's like, well, I put onions in my meatloaf, but they're fine. So yeah, I'll have to try their meatloaf. I don't think I ever tried their meatloaf. Chat and Chew, I'm gonna have to check that out. There's a place down near Stroudsburg. It's a hot dog joint. It's called Bun Busters. A friend I work with lives like not too far from there, and she was there. She told me about it, and I went on YouTube to see if anybody did a review there, and there might be like a 30-second, but like I got to be the first to get there and actually do a review of Bun Busters. It's like a specialty hot dog joint. Someone's messaging me here. Hold on, let me see. Someone is Facebooking me. Who is it? Oh, that person. Okay. So I just got to answer this really quick. One second, guys. Sorry. Sorry about that. Just had to answer something really quick. So right now we're still at a good 10 solid. Thank you for hanging with me on this solo night. Oh, Pete, thank you. Appreciate that. My older, because I can't drive, because they're gonna they don't knock you out, but they loop you. So my older sister's taking me. So she's gonna be with me. But I said, anybody wants to stop by, say hi to my sister. Yeah, you're more than welcome. And someone bring me some chili. No. Yeah, who knows what I'll be feeling like afterwards. But no, that would be. I could just picture it now, coming out of the out of recovery, seeing like a whole ton of people there hanging, going, hey, SGW guy. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be worth definitely filming. But yeah. Yeah, I'm probably wrap this around 11, because I'm starting to run out of things to say, and usually we run out till 11 anyway. Favorite WWF match, favorite WWE match. I have to say, back in the day when the Hart Foundation were heels, where they were managed by Jimmy Hart, they were like the bad guys when they won the tag titles. I like the Hearts, the Bulldogs. Back when Demolition came out. I loved Demolition. Favorite WWE match? I don't know. Good question. I'm thinking wrestle, but that was still WWF time. Um, I don't know. Honestly, like that. Like I said, I still watch it. I still watch it today, but I really don't have any favorites anymore. Like because they're all my favorites are like retired or dead. Just like latest like Hulk Hogan, but like back in the 80s when I would also catch. Well, became WCW, but NWA. There was the Freebirds, the Midnight Express. There was who else? Well, the Road Warriors were always around, but the Rock and Roll Express. I used to watch Saturday mornings. Used to be WCW on Saturday mornings on I think it was TBS or something, and Missy Hyatt would always get in fights with Paul Heyman. Back in the day, Paulie Dangerously. Um, him and Missy Hyatt would always like have feuds going on. But yeah, and one thing I liked about um, yeah. But again, just I want to say thank you to everyone. It's very emotional, very but well, it's like almost 11:15. Running out of things to talk about. But I do want to thank you for hanging out with me tonight here as I did a solo run. Again, next week, depending on how Tuesday goes, I might be here, I might not. I don't know. I throw out to Gina and Mike. Hope you feel better. Fred, I hope you're having fun in Philly. Fred went to see a game today. Steph, thanks for hanging back here, being back here, hanging out with us tonight. Mark, Susan, Pete, Max, thanks for first time I don't know if it's the first time I saw you chime in, Max, but thank you. If it's not, thank you. But until and hopefully, and thank you for all the QR clicks. Again, that's overwhelming. Until either next week or the week after. Be blessed, stay safe, everyone. I hope you all have a great night. Check out my videos. Next this coming Friday, I have let me see. Tell you. Oh, it's Januzzi's in Exeter. That's the first time I've been there in years. And Stookie's out of West Nanticoke. They're the next two videos coming up. So I hope you catch them on Friday, 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. And again, thank you from the bottom of my heart.